Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It is mod update time, and today we are taking a look at my F-15EX Eagle 2 mod. I've been doing a lot of work on this thing, and I figured it was time to give you guys an update. So as you can see here, I have implemented the outer wing pylons, and we can even carry AGM-88 anti-radiation missiles, and they do actually work, which we'll get into in a bit. And we also have the amber racks, so no more AMRAAMs flipping into the targeting pods, and we can carry up to 20 air-to-air missiles now on this thing. So yeah, you can double up those outer wing pylons with air-to-air missiles with AMRAAMs and get a total of 20 of them on here. And then I also have the elephant in the room, that weird looking missile underneath the two AMRAAMs on the wing. That is the AMRAAM-ER, basically an evolved Sea Sparrow surface-to-air missile with the guidance system of an AMRAAM in it. And I'm using that as a stand-in for the AIM-260 JTIM until the Grim Reapers release their mod, or until I decide to implement my own version of it, whichever can happen first. So, other changes I've made to the flight model: I have corrected the fuel amount so that it now accounts for the fuel in the conformal fuel tanks, which makes this thing rather heavy, and I've corrected the thrust values so that we now have the correct thrust values for the GE 129 engines that the F-15EX has. So let's go ahead and take off. I do hope to fix the cockpit at some point, but that is going to be a long time in coming. So for now, we've got the F-15 Charlie cockpit, and we still use the Mud Hen external model. And this thing is so heavy that you have to get over 200 knots just to take off. It's ridiculous. But I'm going to go into air-to-air mode now, into beyond visual range mode, turn the radar on, and bump the range out to 40 miles, because I've got a couple of QF-16 target drones out here that I'm hopefully going to shoot down. So I'm going to use the AMRAAM-ER hopefully on one of them, and the AIM-120C7 on the other. We do have AIM-120C7s now. Big shout out to the Grippin mod team for helping me out with that, letting me work off of their code to make the 120C7 and the 120D, which is still a work in progress. See what we're looking at here. Alright, so we've got one off to the right. And I know I'm using the F10 map, but this is for, that's just to speed this process up so that you're not here forever waiting for me to launch these missiles. Let's try vertical scan mode, see if we can pick him up. And let's back off on the throttles, because I'm afraid of getting merged with him. This QF-16 does not have missiles, but he does have a full gun. There he is, he's high. Boom, got him. Fox 3. And yeah, I know the textures on this AMRAAM-ER aren't great, but, well, that is literally the second... Ow! Splash! That is literally the second model I've ever exported and textured for DCS. The first one being the Amber Rack, and that one doesn't look so great up close either, but, I mean, at least they work. So I'll hopefully correct that at some point. Either that or get a better texture artist to help me. One or the other. Now I need to find this other F-16. There he is. I'm going to switch over to 120 Charlie 7. Lock him up. There he is. Fox 3. And the 120 Charlie 7, basically just a better 120 C5. And in fact, it and the 120D are the only missiles I have implemented with the Amber missile rack at this time. I don't see the point in doing the C5 since that's kind of an older missile anyway. Whoa! Ouch! Caught it at just the right moment. Splash! Took care of that other F-16. And now that that's out of the way, I'm going to just cycle into vertical scan mode and then back into beyond visual range mode, because now we are going to be a defense suppression aircraft. So remember, we've got those AGM-88 AARGMs on the wings, those HARMs, the advanced version, and DCS thinks they're air-to-air missiles, but they only track on SAM radars. So the way that works is you go into air-to-air mode, and this is the workaround I've had to use in order to actually make this work. Otherwise, these HARMs would not be usable by the F-15 because of limitations with its avionics. But anyway, use weapon select to select the HARM. How do you know it's selected? Well, there shouldn't be any missile symbology the circle-wise on the HUD. So no AMRAAM dash circle, no Sidewinder, solid, smaller circle, whatever like that. And that way I know I have the HARM selected. And these things are just point and shoot. So you want to make sure you're as high as possible for this, preferably above 10,000 feet, because these missiles do have a tendency to not always hit what you aim them at. They will guide to it, but then fall a little bit short of it. So what you literally do is just aim by looking at your RWR, and when the target radar is in front of you, based on your RWR indication, then you just press the missile button and away goes the HARM. And this does have a pretty good range on it, more so than the 120, not the 120, the 88 Charlie that you typically get. And I've got two Hawk radars out here, and this thing should nail one of them. Boom! Got it. And now I'm right over the north field, so I think this is probably too close to launch a HARM and it actually do anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my airspeed to climb up a bit more, gain some separation from that radar, and we'll shoot the other one just to show you that it does work more than just, you know, one time. That it is actually pretty consistent as long as you employ it correctly, as long as you're above 10,000 feet and you don't have you fire it from a nose up or nose level or wings level, whatever attitude, as opposed to nose down. Nose down is bad, under Angels 10 is bad, everything else is pretty much okay. So we're going to come back around here, and I am going to use a little bit of nose down just because we're so high and so close, but now it's in front. Magnum. And you can see here, because we're so high, it had no problem doing this. It's just going straight for the radar. Boom! Direct hit. And yeah, it's gone. So that's about all I have to show, and I hope you've enjoyed it, because that's going to be it for today. If you'd like to see more stuff like this and receive updates on the progress with this mod and other stuff that I do, please consider subscribing and liking my videos. It really does help out the channel a lot. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.